Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to the Great Lakes Large Scale Expo here at the Metroplex Expo in Girard, Ohio. Yes, I'm in Ohio, imagine that. So I did the York show for the week, then the week after did a whole bunch of videos all week long. Then the next week after that went to the Great Scale Train show and put out videos the week after that. And now I'm here in Ohio. And I know what you guys are thinking. Dakman's a robot. He's got to be a robot. But at any rate, we're going to check out this show. It is a large scale show, so it's dedicated to all G-scale garden trains and outdoor trains. So let's check them out. Hello everybody, we are here with Nico Corvo of 4Track RR today at the show, and he's going to show us a couple things here today. So Nico, take it away.
How you doing today? So what we have here is a custom G36 gondola made by 4Track RR, manufactured in the USA. The cars are modeled after, like I said, the G36 gondola. We have Conrail, Penn Central, and Pennsylvania. Currently available. These kits are ready to run with KD trucks and KD 907 couplers. They are 3D printed. The main body is made out of ABS. The rungs and the ribs are all SLA printed, which is a laser printing process. And like I said, the bodies are ABS, that's FDM printed. Decals, all water transfer decals, stainless steel rungs on the ladders. Brake detail on the ends, which I'll show you here.
Okay. Oh wow.
So you have the brake detail on one end, and then, obviously no brake on the other. Decals on the end. Again, these are all handmade, hand painted, hand decaled. So this is not a mass production system.
Right.
We are going to be coming out with some kits in the future,
so
you can do your own decorations. We are currently running the show special at $195, and then after the show they'll be on the website for $220.
Okay, good enough. And what else does 4Track offer?
So our main business is parts. We do a bunch of 3D printed parts for repairs on Aristocraft mainly, and some USA trains missing parts, some Bachmann missing parts that aren't made anymore. And then I also bought out the remainder of Aristocraft parts.
Oh wow!
I have a wide variety of just pieces, parts for various engines, cars. So you can see them all down the line. So I have railings for the Dash 9, SD45, mainly the side railings. I don't have any of the front railings. I wish I did.
Okay.
But and then we also do 3D lowering kits for the 40-foot freight cars for Aristocraft, the FA engines, and the 2-bay hoppers.
Are any of the Aristo parts you bought out on your website, or
everything is on our website at 4trackrr.store.
Okay, well that's good. And we'll take a pan of your video booth here.
Yep.
And
enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everybody, we are here with David from Split Jaw. How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Got some wonderful product I see on display during this wonderful show.
Thank you.
And I was wondering if you could talk about it for those who may be interested in purchasing your products. I know you offer some great bridges and aluminum. You offer some rail joiners. You've done quite a bit for the hobby by taking Split Jaw over and saved it for the future G-scale community, which was great. It was a great thing that you've done, taking over this company like you did.
Thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, anyway. So, and there are other people who appreciate you doing that as well. So, let's kick it off by showing off your original product that you started off with, was the rail clamps, right?
Sure, sure. Yeah. By the way, you're welcome. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah. So this is the let's call it the legacy rail clamp products, which everything's new that we make, all made here in the U.S. This is one of the best sellers. This is the famous drop-in lift-out clamp.
Drop-in lift-out clamp, huh?
Yeah. So this allows you to, if you put one on each end of a fixed bridge, you can just lift out the bridge. You use these with our drawbridges on the opening end.
Okay.
And they catch the rail and keep it aligned so the trains will go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Thank you. The blue label, this is for code 332 rail.
Okay.
So LGB, USA Trains, Pico, our stainless rail, so forth. This will work here. And then we also make them in code 250, for code 250 rail by those manufacturers.
All right.
Yeah.
So I see. You got. Looks like you got stainless. Is that stainless down there?
Yeah, these are stainless rail clamps, and same story. We do them in code 332. This is a pack of 60
Okay.
for big projects. We also do the stainless in code 250. I think it's right here.
Okay,
Same
so you
idea,
got.
just smaller.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got 250 and code 332.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So we're a little different from the original split jaw. They sold in packs of 110, and I do mine in multiples of 12. So I sell them in 12 or 60.
Oh, okay.
And the reason is that matches up with the packs of tracks sold by LGB.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone asked me to do that. So
And anybody who has a question, is there an advantage over brass versus stainless or stainless versus brass? How do they make that right choice for the rail clamps for their track?
Good question. So most people out of the box, they get started in the hobby, they have brass rail.
Right.
And you're really okay to stay with that your whole life. And use rail clamps to keep your layout running better and have it more reliable. But there's a lot of people that, for whatever reason, they're fighting corrosion and oxidation and just because of where they live or whatever.
Right.
And so they use stainless steel is a nice option for people.
Okay.
Because it still conducts electricity.
Yep.
Definitely well enough to run model trains, but stainless steel is a lot more reliable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for that information for those who are wondering.
You're welcome.
Okay, and next we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at some bridges here. You guys got to check these bridges out.
All right. So these are the top of the line bridges here. These are handmade. It takes hundreds of hours to put them together by hand and fixtures. This is called the Rosecrans. It's 53 inches long. That guy, it's obviously a truss bridge, and this is a plate girder bridge. This model is called Capistrano, and these are modeled after actual bridges in California, in Rosecrans Boulevard, I think, crosses.
Oh, wow.
And Capistrano is, I think it's a neighborhood there somewhere in Orange County.
So yeah, I mean, I just picking up on the rivet detail that's on here. That's just cool. And then, so we got these other types of bridges here.
Yeah, these are drawbridges. This one happens to be for 2 tracks, and the purpose of these, I'll show you how they work. Basically, is you put your track into the channels. These are channels, so the track fits in here, and it holds it in a line, and you just cut the rails 90 degrees. And everyone wants more layout than they have space for, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And how many guys have to crawl under tracks to get in their room or get inside their layout? That's what this is for. So once you have the drawbridge going, The other end is you use the drop-in lift-out clamps to catch the rail, and then boom, you just open it by hand, and you can come in. Let me move it down here where it's a little easier to see.
All right.
But it's balanced, so it stays open. Don't need a motor or anything. It's all aluminum, so it's light and easy to manage. So a lot of people, we've sold a lot of these for people who use them. People design layouts to have a pass-through for like a lawnmower, a wheelchair, whatever.
Right. How much would something like this go for?
This starts at $690, and if you want powder coating, that adds to the cost.
Okay.
And this is the big guy. We also have single track versions over there, and different lengths.
Right.
Different lengths.
And this is all constructed of aluminum, guys. This is some heavy duty stuff.
It's strong, but it's light. It's super light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's walk down towards this bridge.
Okay. All right, this is a bridge we introduced at the end of 2023, 2023, yeah. And this is a 6-foot long bridge. This is available also in double track or single track. The double track one will accommodate 2 tracks in G and 3 tracks in O.
Oh. Did you say O?
I said O.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we've sold plenty of them to the O scale world, but for G scale, this is a new bridge, and people like them. It spans 6 feet.
And again, we're looking at all aluminum construction.
Yep.
And then there's your price right there for this one.
Yep.
$11.95. And what would shipping be like on something like this? Do you know offhand, or it depends on where you live?
Well, shipping is actually not that bad for something that size.
Really?
So depending on where you live, like east of the Mississippi, $50-ish. That's the advantage of aluminum, right? I just put it in a box, and you pay for shipping by weight. And being aluminum, I mean, like I could sit on this bridge. It's very, very strong, but it doesn't cost that much. It only weighs about 25 pounds.
Yeah, it's a cool bridge, and I think I can see why O-gauge people would want to buy it, because it's a lot stronger than something constructed out of wood or the other product that they use out there.
You know, the wood ones are really nice. Nothing against those plastic ones, but you know, we can get bigger, easier with real metal here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's more durable.
Yeah. Other question: can you custom build these, or do you only make them to certain lengths, or how does that work?
So we cannot fully customize, but there are some versions of bridges that we can make longer or shorter. It all depends on the pattern of the truss work here.
Oh.
Okay, so we can't like cut a truss section in half, but you know, we can like add a couple lengths in the middle here, and it depends on the bridge. So people ask me all the time, and they say that, hey, I want a certain bridge. Can you do it in 60 inches instead of 48 inches? And usually we can say yes. Usually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Or I come back and I say, well, we can come within an inch or two of what you need. And that usually people can work with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and come down here.
Yeah, sure. So down here, this is a family of our curved bridges, which have been very popular. We actually have 4 different radiuses. There's starting from the tightest radius, there's an R2, which I'm out of stock on. This is LGB R3. This is the next size up. This is 10-foot diameter. This fits USA trains and other 10-foot diameter tracks. That's what this one is for. And this is for LGB R5. Part number is L18000. And this will make a large curve, 15-foot diameter.
All right. Do you have anything for the USA trains or Arista 20-foots?
No. Been asked. Maybe one day in the future.
Okay.
It's going to be a big bridge.
Yeah. I just figured I'd ask because I know people would want to know.
Yeah.
I see a bestseller, the bowstring arch bridge here, huh?
Yeah. So this there's a lot going on here. First of all, we got the bowstring arch bridge. We also have these optional handrails. These just lay in.
Yeah, that's
buy
cool.
them, and they just lay in. So that's how that works. Here's a piece of our stainless steel flex track. Okay, I want to introduce something brand new here. This is last year we bought probably the industry's largest 3D printer. Okay, this is a tiny fraction of what it can do. It's a custom machine. It'll go up to over 5 feet. This is the first thing to come off of our proprietary 3D printer. It's a fraction of what we can do. Like I just said, it can go over 5 feet. But we wanted to just kind of get used to it, so we made these piers. And these piers are designed to be sold as kits, and we supply them and ask the customers to give them a coat of epoxy coating, and then whatever paint they want, whatever color, and then they're good to go outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is a new product for the industry, especially in this size, and we hope to come out with more bigger. And we're going to focus on bridge supports, because we're in the bridges, and so we want to give customers more options for bridge supports. Look for a lot more of that to come this year.
Yeah, and I can see those holding up outside.
Yeah, thank you.
And I see you got a trolley going here.
Yeah, we have a trolley going. It's this is the people know that Splitjaw used to make a reversing unit, and when I took over the business, that went away. It was gone. All the information was not passed on to me. So we had to start from scratch, and this is our version.
Oh.
It's this unit right here. Super easy to hook up. Just 2 wires from your transformer into our unit, and then 2 wires from our unit into your track. And put a special insulated clamp, one of our insulated clamps here, with a diode across.
Okay.
Yeah, and the diode senses the current fluctuation when the track goes over it. You dial the delay and use your transformer to control the speed, and it'll automatically learn where the end points are. It will, especially if it's a long run, you'll see it slowly come up to speed, go into cruising speed, and then slowly come down at the other end.
That is cool.
Yeah, thank you. And then you also adjust how long it sits at the station.
Are you printing these too down here?
Not these.
Okay.
But these.
Those, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
This is just styrofoam.
All right. And then the girder bridge. So how many combinations of the girder bridge do you offer?
Well, this girder bridge is powder coated.
Okay.
This is a girder where the this is a truss bridge, not a girder bridge.
Okay.
Sorry, it's truss work. But this is designed to be a match with our curved bridges.
Oh.
Okay, so all this truss work underneath is
matches the curve stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea. And so, yeah, these come in various lengths. It's all on our website. I think we go down. We've got a lot of custom lengths with this. People fitting it into their whatever layout situation.
All right.
From 24 inches, we've gone as long as 60 inches.
60 inches?
Yeah, 5 feet. Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Now this is a girder bridge, and this is the bigger one, long.
Oh, I see it now.
Okay, so this is a girder, and it's the same story. This one is designed to offer the customer a few different lengths, and you can choose them on our website.
Okay. And finally, fish belly.
The fish belly. It's a very detailed bridge, designed to give you a lot of detail. Comes already with the handrails, and it's just a nicely detailed bridge. And the advantage is you can still reach your trains. this is a nice bridge because you can reach your trains. Could be a good spot when you put your trains on the track. And then over here we've got a couple of examples of our custom shop. These started as LGB units.
Okay.
And, obviously this one is for the East Coast. This is a custom paint job. This is Seaboard Freight. Yeah.
Wow. And this can be bought on your website as well?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's on either railclamp.com or splitjawproducts.com. And
Got
they'll
it.
take you to the same place.
Same place.
Same place.
All right. And thank you very much, Dave. And it's been a wonderful interview as usual. And great products. Make sure you guys visit Splitjaw, support them, offering top-notch products, rail clamps, bridges, and the new stuff that's coming out to you. And we'll catch you later.
Catch you later.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, buddy. Welcome to the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo. We are here with Ken at the K&R Electronics. And how are you doing today, Ken?
I'm doing terrific.
And so, could you show us some of your product today?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're one of the premier electronics company that designs custom electronics for model railroading. All the gauges are handled here at K&R. So
Wow.
I do everything from N gauge on up to backyard railroads, which is the 7-inch gauge rails as well.
Wow.
So I manufacture devices like this here.
All right. Oh, wow.
Here. You can
Yeah, I'll edit it out.
cut. You'll see the operation, and I'll come out front.
Yep.
And we have electronics that go from very simple, flasher units that flashes the lights back and forth. You gotta have a relay on there. You have to have this relay, but this relay will support, motor drives and all that. And this is kind of just an on-off thing, and it can be triggered with our sensors. We have a whole group of sensors, such as laser beams, which nobody uses, and then the standard, like Arduino type cross-track sensors, which is limited to only that portion of the track that you
Right.
have it across. Whereas the laser beam, I can do half mile with that, with a laser beam. So, we got all kinds of sensors, current sensors, AC and DC sensors, so it's kind of cool. What I wanted to show you is my crossing gates. We even build these things here.
Oh, wow.
And it comes in pieces. You can buy it in pieces. So you're not paying, $700 for something that you're going to go, what am I going to do with this? You can buy it in pieces and build it up. There's threaded pipe that allows you to stick other things on this. Like, for example, this would go up here, obviously,
Right.
on the pipe. Then what we do is we have these parts, like for example, just the disc alone, the disc all by itself, that's the hardest thing to get. We laser cut these to fit on 4-inch PVC. So if you want to do your own PVC pipe and your own lens, go ahead. If you want to do, the disc, go ahead, but that's hard to do because I used to do it without having the benefits of a laser cutter. So these are all cut on laser beams. See, it's really helpful. And it's all remotely controlled. I have a remote control here, hopefully.
There you go. Oh, wow.
And when you go by, you can hit the button and off she goes.
That is cool.
The range on this is like maybe 150 feet, more than enough when you're approaching
Right.
an intersection, unless you're doing one of those high-speed Japanese speed trains, then you got a problem. But yeah, so like I said, you can buy them in pieces. You can buy, this happens to be a double-sided, so it's got lights on both sides. This one's single-sided. And I got it piecemealed here on the price list. Okay, let's go over to our next demonstration,
Okay.
which is HO I have an HO setup here, but this controller card can be used with any scale railroad. Just as you get bigger and more current draw requirements, you have to have relays and other things that will assist it in working with these other things, which we can do. We can build a box for you. If you say you have an intersection with no turn on red and or whatever, on green, only turn on green, whatever you have, we can set up the traffic lights to correspond with the crossing gates so that when the crossing gates go down, the street lights turn to red in proper sequence. So if it's green on one side, it doesn't go to red like most of them do. It goes green, yellow, then red. So the kids in the back seat aren't up at the windshield. Okay. And then you can interface it with other things like the sound card. We got a sound card here that's pretty cool. This is the controller card, and you can see I'm selecting from one of these trigger pins bell sound. I got all these are bell sounds. I got different type bells. And if you go to my website, you could download the audio tracks to multiple bells and put that on the sound card, which this one doesn't have an SD card, but it's got enough memory where you just see that USB, plug it into your computer and drag and drop. It's so easy. So you can put any kind of bell sound you want. So if you got a more modern railroad, you want something that sounds a little more modern. If you want an older radio layout, then get something a little bit older put up there.
Right.
Now, our sensors, this is a good demonstration of our sensors. We have laser in use here. What we're doing is I got a transmitter here,
Okay.
and we come all the way down here to the mirror, and you probably could see the red light in the mirror, but it's invisible, it's infrared, but the camera might pick it up, and this is the receiving part right here. Now, let's watch the street lights and this intersection all at the same time.
Okay.
And I'll show you when I block the laser beam, we're green,
Okay.
and we're gonna block the laser beam, which goes this entire distance here. If I block it down here, so I can have any distance on approach. And even when the train stops in the middle, it should stay down. I'm letting it get through my fingers. But this is the most realistic, well actually it's the only fully realistic intersection controller on the market today. And it's cheaper than most, and it's only one module for everything you need to do. Everything is right here. And it has calibrate functions for up, down, start, stop. It's got a number of things that you can adjust with these buttons here. So you can go into calibrate mode and calibrate your laser, calibrate your different things. Another product that we make is the Electro-Frog kit. Most old railroads have, like HO, have the Atlas plastic frogs. And this is a number 9, I think, switch. And usually those are used in freight yards, and in freight yards you're probably going pretty slow. Now, so what happens is as you're going slow, the wheels don't make contact and it stalls. What you can do is you can turn it into this, which is a metal frog. So I have a little kit. It's like $2.
Wow.
And you could do like 5 or 6 of them if you're really careful with the, the supplies I give you.
Right.
You skimp on them, and it'll still work. You don't have to worry about having enough. Another thing that I build in electronics is controllers for large scale and even dead track. If you got HO dead track pieces, require some kind of control. You can either get your power from the track, or you can get it from batteries in a tender or in a boxcar behind it, or like this has its own set of batteries in it. So what this does is it allows me to go. This is the whole controller. Look how small it is.
Right.
This has sound. It has lights. It has variable speed control. This is probably the most compact, well, it is the most compact. Nobody's making them this small. So that's why I say these can fit in O gauge, and up. because there's extra electronics in here for the power requirements. So I have to put a little bit larger transistors in there to make this thing work. What I did was I went and looked for Wi-Fi connections, and I found the name that I named this particular engine. I can do up to 99 engines on this software, and I can consist as well. So if I got a train that's like, 50 cars long, which is really cool to be pulling that much weight behind you, you end up with a pusher maybe at the back, and the pusher needs to be synchronized with the the front, the pulling, so you're not squishing or pulling cars apart.
Right.
And you can consist with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my software here. I'm going to make sure I'm connected. It's gathering information. My Subaru, that's what this is called, is there. I'm going to manage it, and I'm going to turn it on, and now I've got full control of this engine wherever it is on the track. Like I said, this has got big distance because I'm using Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi goes quite a bit further than the little RC controllers, and the RC controllers doesn't have this feature. So let's go through the features. Let's see what else. Now, I put that sound of air release, meaning that the tanks are filled with air, I put that sound in. If you go online to k&relectronics.com, you will find a plethora of sound files that you can mix and match and put on the sound card that goes in this little controller. It has a sound card in it. So you don't like my engine? You want a bigger engine? You want steam engine? This will work with steam as well, with the chuffs and everything. So I have it all figured out. If you got a new thing that it needs to do, let me know.
Okay.
And I'll get it going. I would run the engine up. Unfortunately, I don't have any track to run it on. What's nice about this is Wi-Fi. If you're building your track and you got a gondola with gravel in it, ballast. We don't call it gravel. Gravel, ballast. You can send it down to the guys at the other end of the track, fill it up, and bring it back. I've been pulling passengers with this for a couple years now. Developed the software, got all the safety features in it. There's nothing that I missed on safety features, like if you drop your phone, so it has a sensor. If you shake it hard enough, it'll shut everything down. So it means you dropped the phone. Other features are if you lose power. If you lose power, there's on the amplifier that I have in there, you have a charging port for your phone, so you can plug your phone in there. If these go dead, the main batteries inside go dead, then you're not going to charge your phone. You're not going anywhere anyway, so who cares?
Right.
So that makes sense. So that is, again, I've thought this through so well. If there's something that I missed, I would like to know about it. I don't think so. But like I say, I belong to a number of clubs, Michigan, Great Lakes, Mid-Michigan track, I've been there. I've been to a lot of tracks up in Michigan. So, yeah, I know this thing works great. I haven't had a problem with it at all. For those who think this size gauge modeling is expensive, you can buy these smaller engines like this. You don't have to spend a lot of money, like $20,000-$30,000 for the steam engines that you see here at the show. Even $10,000 is a lot of money to be spending. You can get something like this. It's called a Subaru. And this particular engine, I think he's got for about $3,500.
Wow.
Which is awesome. So you can get into it at $3,500. Then you can decorate it with, things that you want, your logo and stuff like that. Now, I was talking about the little box that controls this engine. And what I have here, let me power down my engine. If you look in there, that's where the box is. I don't know if you can, let me get out of the light.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yep, that's that little box. And the amplifier that I sell has a charging port on it. So you could charge, like when I'm in a stationary position here, I could charge up my Android phone. So that gives you a couple more features that, you know, I have built into it that I know I needed. You can decorate your Subaru with things. These are all extra parts that I put on there.
All right, sounds good, and I thank you for this interview.
Okay.
All right. Hello everybody, we are here at the BTO Big Train Operator Club. We have Charles and Taya, and Charles is going to talk to us a little bit about the BTO Club. So what can you tell us about the BTO, or the Big Train Operator Club?
Our club is about 48 years old.
Okay.
We have had an annual convention since the beginning.
Oh wow.
It started at Birmingham, Pennsylvania. I take that back. It started at the Red Caboose Motel.
Oh, okay.
And it was, from the records that I've read of, they ran trains 24/7 for 3 days. Guys stayed up overnight to keep the trains running.
Wow.
And from that, and those were basically gentlemen and ladies, quite frankly. This is a family hobby.
Yep.
They were basically LGB fans, if you will, and at the time that was really the only trains you could buy of any decent performance, if you will. And Al, who started the club, actually started it as a newsletter with other people with LGB that couldn't read German and was trying to figure out the instructions on the trains. And then that led to a newsletter, and then the newsletter led to, well, why don't we get together?
Oh.
And then after we kind of got together, it was, why don't we do this annually? And where should we do it? Now, at that time, it was the LGB Club of America.
I remember that. I remember LGB Club of America.
Yeah, and the BTO was the magazine of the LGB Club of America. So if you were a member, you got a tremendous discount with LGB. And consequently, the rolls were like 3,000 members. They had a convention out in Long Beach. They filled up the Queen Mary's banquet room for their general meeting.
Yeah, I remember it. That was called the Big Show out there on the Queen Mary.
Yeah. So along the way, LGB of America and LGB kind of had a falling apart.
Yeah.
And I understand from all the records I can find, it's kind of a financial issue with LGB when they were going through the organization.
Yep.
Consequently, when they dropped us, a lot of members said, well, I really only belong because I wanted the LGB discount. And so now we're an international group with about 300 members, of which about 150 are active.
That's still impressive.
For a club in these days, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
In fact, it's better than pretty good. It's really good. We have about 150 what I would call active members. Once a year we get together someplace in the United States. We've had this discussion yesterday. We pick a city based on what's around it. Are the train rides around it? Great indoor layouts. We can go visit museums. We'd like, out of a 5-day convention, we'd like to do at least 3 days with some type of event. And then on one day, it's pretty much in the hotel. We have drag races.
Huh.
So we'll put 2 sections of track down the middle of the hallway in the hotel, usually about 60, 80 feet. And they put flyers on them, and we race flyers. And then we take the flyers off, and we put Max on them, and we race Max. And what was the other one? Oh, egg liners. We raced Asian egg liners last year.
Oh, wow.
And at the banquet, at the end of the convention, then the winner of each of those 3 types, they get to pick one of the prizes. And prizes are basically donated by the vendors, people that are here, manufacturers. Charles Rowe is a fantastic supporter of our club. Pico is a great supporter. Reindeer Pass has been a great supporter. I can't mention them all, quite frankly. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
And we love them. I'm not citing anybody. And then we have an ice cream social. We have a wine and cheese for the ladies. The men don't get any alcohol unless the ladies leave some wine. But it's something that they look forward to. Every night we have trivia. Trivia might be anything from what do you call an engine with 2 leading wheels and 4 driving wheels? Or it might be what railroad served Penn Central Station in New York City.
Oh.
Some of them are pretty trivia. Some of them will say, what was the cover picture of the last BTO magazine?
Oh, wow.
And it, you never know what Scott Fowler is going to do with his questions, if you will. But I was saying, so we try to find something locally with train-wise. Then we try to find a location where the majority of our members can have a fairly easy trip to it. Going from here to, say, California today, when most of our members are actually on the East Coast, probably not ever going to happen.
Right.
But Strasburg, Pennsylvania, great location. We've done North Conway, we've done Buffalo, we've done Cleveland, we've done Columbus, LaPorte, Indiana, Plymouth, Massachusetts, Groton, Mystic Convention. So we literally are all over the place. And at Birmingham well, we did it 3 years, 2 years in a row, and 5 years before that, we put up about 1,200 feet of track around the pond.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive because I sort of snuck in on that event, of course, with you guys' permission, and I got that on video. I was blown away by that.
Well, it was great. We ran at night, we ran in the morning. Any time somebody could squeeze time, they were down there running. One night, this young lady and one of our board directors were running trains. We did a full research on their alcohol consumption and drug consumption when the 2 trains hit. and like your laughter right now, that was the whole purpose of doing the investigation. We actually had pizza one day down there, and then we had hot dogs and I don't know what else you had, but on the grill we fixed. So this club is about, let's say, 40-45% true train activity where we're running around doing train things, and about 50% socialization.
Okay.
The trivia at night just opens the question and discussion about, well, I don't remember Al Lentz, or did this guy really do that, or Larry Otis is known for wearing a Speedo. And,
oh, yeah.
That always comes up at least once or twice type of thing. So it's... And then as Tia says, we also have clinics. Clinics have ranged everywhere from, here's the history of LGB passenger cars or freight cars, or Don Sweet has done a presentation on how to install RailPro. Should use RailPro, Revolution, DCC, so he's provided all the pluses and minuses. So members get a chance that haven't decided to do anything except the analog. What can I do?
Right.
And then every member has their own, well, I like this or I like that. Battery power is a popular item, but when we run club tracks on an indoor layout, they're generally analog because they run for hours at a time. The pod stuff was battery operated only. We weren't going to energize 1,200 feet of track.
Right.
But so the bottom line is the clinics. We did one in Cleveland. A guy came in and talked about plants, and he built a little scene right in front of us, about 4 foot square, a house, a little creek, some pathways, and a bunch of plants. And it was amazing to see this pile of dirt on his table turn into a really neat display in about 15 minutes. So those are the kinds of things we do. And then we get to talk to a whole lot of people at shows like this. The show management, we thank them very much. They've donated space for us, let us come in and set up. And when we get the opportunity to talk to people, learn what their desires are, learn what their interests are, and move along the line so that we can set up the next convention and meet their requirements, if you will.
All right.
So, and as a member, like I say, it's a convention once a year, but you also get 4 magazines, which is where the big train operator's name now comes from. We got rid of the LGB of America. We are a registered club in Georgia, so we're a legal entity type of thing.
And I'm noticing you have some exclusive pieces over here to the big train operators. So are these pieces for members only?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need to be a member in order to buy one.
Be a member in order to buy. And some of them you don't buy. Some of the little cars, like the Heartland cars down here.
Okay.
When Heartland was in business, those were goodie cars. So anybody who registered, the first 50 or 60 registered, they had a goodie car in their bag.
Oh, wow.
What they didn't know was they all got goodie cars. The first 50 was just an enticement to get people to register quickly.
Oh.
So the goodie car was free. At the banquet, we give away a car to the members. Every member gets a car, not a family. And my wife, we did USA Trains at one of our trips in Massachusetts there, and Charlie Rowe signed a card that was part of the club car that year. My wife looked at it and said, "Why don't I get a car?" I said, "Because you're not a member, I am." Guess what? My wife's now a member. So she gets her own car at the banquet.
There you go. And I see this is going to be your new car here, this big train. Yeah.
Actually, that's not going to be the banquet car.
It's
We
not
don't show the banquet car until the banquet.
okay.
That's
That's
the
the club car. Okay.
Club cars can be bought anytime during the year once they're announced. We
And then you have a separate banquet car.
have a separate banquet car.
Okay, that's good to know.
And sometimes, like the 3 Buffalo cars here,
Yes.
one you bought before you went to the convention, one you could buy in the vendor hall, and the third one was a banquet car. So
Oh,
if you wanted, you ended up with a series of them.
that's
And
nice.
We've done that a couple times. We did it with an auto carrier. Christmas set had 2 cars as part of the set. We have a fantastic gentleman, Bob Samoji, who is an all-time graphic artist, and I mean he's a graphic artist. He's done all of the artwork you see on all of these cars. He also is the editor for our BTO magazine. The BTO magazine is quarterly. It is strictly member contributions. So I'll write an article up about our contribution here to this show. Tia's been taking pictures. We'll integrate the pictures with my article, and Bob will publish that.
Okay.
I got an article from last week when we were at the show in Massachusetts, there, Springfield, on setup. We had some good times at setup. Try to make the articles personalized, put some interest into it, something that you can relate to of, well, I did that, and yeah, that's how I addressed it too, or gee, why did they do that? You know, that people try to write articles along those ways. Any train event they've gone to, museums they've gone to, they write pictures, write articles, take pictures, send them in, Bob edits it, and that's what the magazine is filled with. And then after the convention, Tia does a fantastic job of taking pictures of everybody at the banquet. She's got every banquet table in there, so you can, when you get home, you go, oh yeah, and there's where Larry Otis was with his Speedo.
It just also do a calendar.
Yeah, once a year we also do a calendar.
All right.
With some members' layouts on the top, and then month
Oh, that's
below.
nice.
Yeah,
So-
they have to submit pictures to Bob's emoji.
Okay. That's very nice. So, okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you for this interview. And anybody who's interested in joining the BTO, can they do that online?
Yes.
They can do that on.
Okay.
We have a website.
So they-
operators.
Okay. So they have a website. Join online. Wonderful group. As you can hear, it's pretty active. They go places. Special cars. You can't go wrong. We'll catch you guys later.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Yep.
Bye.